Hello again, friends. This is Dan once again with another Bible topic. This time we're dealing with a term that's not used very often in our day and age. That term is dowry. Why were dowries used in biblical times? Well, I'm glad you asked. Um, in biblical times, women pretty much had no rights. Even counting, like when they talk about Jesus fed the 5,000, they counted men, so it was 5,000 men. It was probably 10,000 people at least, counting women and children. Well, remember the story of the woman taken in adultery and brought before Jesus to test him? Well, first of all, where was the man caught in adultery? And secondly, but not pertaining to today's topic, why were they even bringing her to potentially stone her? The Romans took away that power in 6 or 7 AD under Coponius, who was a predecessor of Pilate. It was an illegal mob to start with. Stoning was outlawed. Crucifixion was a method of capital punishment at this point, but I digress. Jesus had explained that in the beginning, marriage was between a man and woman until death, unless there was fornication, meaning during the betrothal period, not adultery, because adultery would have resulted in death. So a divorce because of adultery was not needed because that problem was already taken care of. Under Moses, men, because of the hardness of their hearts, which is sin, Jesus explained, were allowed to give a writing of divorce, but that was not God's perfect will. There were two schools of thought arose at this point, and I'll probably butcher the names, but I'll try anyway. One was Rabbi Hillel, who said the man could divorce his wife for any uncleanness, such as if she burnt his toast or, his food. The other rabbi, Shammai, said that only for fornication could one divorce his wife, like he found out after the marriage that had happened. The wife could not divorce the husband, though. Now, the dowry came about and was used to protect the wife. The man would give an agreement amount to the woman's father during marriage negotiations. And the father of the bride was to keep the money for the wife should a divorce happen. It was, as the late Pastor Chuck Smith called it, it was alimony in advance. In Talmudic times, after the destruction of the temple, it became, I'm gonna butcher this word, Nadunya, the property of the bride brought to the marriage. So it kind of changed at this point. And you can find the description at the Jewish Virtual Library when you look up the word dowry, if you go there. Now, as I said earlier, God set up the dowry system to protect wives due to the hardness of men's hearts. And you can read further about this. I've got links below, and may God richly bless you.